Hello there and welcome back to the channel. I haven't posted in about a week. I'm kind of busy doing some sort of renovations at home here. Don't have the best setup, but I'll try and get these games finished off for this New Year's New York's tournament. And this game's in Phase 2 between Oohoa and ThomasThaPromise. We got Oohoa here in the purple Gungans. And somewhere on this green map, Thomas is located in the green Gungans here. Here he is, tucking into one of these Nunas, these nerf substitutes for this map. We've got Raptors, Kukadoos. The Horn Takata cannot be consumed. A couple of Chupas, but of course we've got the tons and tons of fish here on, what's it, Wayland? Wayfair, Waycross, Wayland? Tell me, Wayland, there we go. Finally remembered that this is a button as well. Never used to use it because people were playing on random, so it wouldn't tell you what it was a lot of times. Wayland. I'm going to speed it up to get through T1 because it's going to be agony. And during such a slow T1, people might start fishing and stuff. Players are both reasonably, that's probably one of the first times I've seen them both reasonably placed next to the water. Usually someone's really close and the other one's like not so much. Which is kind of a big deal. Especially with this map when it's quite easy to wall off the gaps between the tree clusters. It's a big reward for actually like fishing or turtling. Get a huge economic advantage. These raptors, man. Some real noise to them. And Oohoa sort of trying to close out his base a little bit here. Maybe a little bit too conservative. I feel like this though, I feel like you could put a prefab here when he finishes these. I would like to see people on this map just take advantage of these gaps that already sort of exist. That way you can have a lot more land. Newer players always, when they wall, make their bases too small and tight and ruin their, especially around their carbon, they ruin their arc for their workers and just deny them too many trees. A bit of scout harassment, you should see that troop centre here, Thomas. I want to keep an eye on how far this progresses. There's sort of a quickish path directly over the hill. But it does look very easy to close out, and once you close it out then it becomes so much longer to get to the opponent's base. I'd say Thomas got a very safe area back here with this tree cluster, into his water, into his berries. And the command centre sort of hogs a lot of that area too. Could be hitting troopers as they try to get round into a better position. Power core, trooper tech on the way, since Oohoa is T2. Thomas on the other hand, still in T1. Not quite sure why, still has 750 food. There we go. Can definitely afford it. Had 1.5 the amount. And Oohoa just on Nova, just sort of doing some sort of defensive troopers. Seen this out of quite a few of the players. Got a missed raptor here. And neither player's ended up in that water yet. A bit of scout on scout action. And Oohoa finished his berries here. A lot of farms planned. So one of his two buildings is put a lot of carbon down though. Might realise he needs a second building to take up to T3. He has the resources, but I was quite keen to get all these farms placed. I don't think it was too necessary to get them first. We have 6 nerfs in the nursery just ticking away. And he did build the spaceport, could have used that too. And Thomas, on the other hand, kind of a little bit away from getting up to T3. Done some sort of decent wall. There's still a gap here though, unfortunately. And this Nova that he's taken here, I suppose his idea is he didn't want to take one on the direct path, but they're both in kind of a bad position when it comes to having units rally towards you. Very far away, at the front, exposed. And Oohoa on the way to T3, halfway there. Got Mech Factory War Center down, which is going to synergize very well with Gungans and how they can scale their units, mainly being mech focused. Do have elevation tracking on the way. And it looks like Thomas has realised that Raptor still exists. He's going to get into it. That's good to see. Always see people miss their lure and then just never pick it up when it's such easy food at any time in the game. War Center going up here. Thomas is just struggling to get his T2 into T3 here. He's going to be under duress very soon with these strike mechs on the way here with that elevation tracking researched. Just have primary focusing coils on the way too. He's got the armor. So he'll soon have +2 damage on these strike mechs. That's going to be a difficult hold for Thomas. He has built War Center Spaceport. He could make 2 turrets. That's all you really need to do here to get them away from the carbon, and then it's try and get T3 selected. And use your spaceport to make sure you can get out some grenade troopers. He's building the 1 turret here. I like this. It's guaranteed by the command center. But I'm going to do this. We want to see another one up here. I'm going to need 2 to push these guys away. And Oohoa is just going to start microing his heart out here, killing workers where he can. And every worker that goes down is very crucial. Because at the moment we've only got 1 worker production once Thomas gets up to T3. He's built his ore here and he would need that ore to get more command centers. And I think the worst component of this is that because of this split, we don't have a mech factory. Have to spaceport for ore to build a mech factory. Don't think that building a farm right now is the priority. You want mech factory, mech destroyer out to push these strike mechs away. And Oohoa is playing sort of clever long game here, you can see. He's focusing on just like making sure that he stays ahead here. He's split up his strike mechs just to keep Thomas further in his base, and he's just focusing on things at home and picking up these holocrons. A good wall at home. Getting onto ore here, 2 command centers. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see picking up some upgrades. Oh, he hasn't got his T3 ones yet. Where's what we're? Not quite. He's actually planning. Oh, he's just going to go for the throat here. He's sending some workers over to build a heavy weapons factory. I think this early in the game I'd expect it to be pummels to come out of here. Could be cool and send some medics to come and heal the pummels since they're biological with this stuff. Which can actually make them kind of hard to deal with. I think with no mech destroyers on the field, the pummel's just going to destroy everything. Could go artillery though. I think this early in the game I would go pummels. It's one of the very rare times that you're going to go pummels, since there's not really much out to threaten it. 2 pummels queued up. I'm just going to eat the Nova so the workers have something to do. Did get mech factory up here for Thomas, but only really get a strike mech out at the moment. has just not got enough DPS to deal with this. Turret is helping quite a bit here though. Strike Knights could go in there and go for the workers right now, with the turrets hitting these pummels. And Thomas could repair his command center. He switched to artillery because he's not liking the pummels. And the pummels are fine, but you do need to bring your just use that opportunity to use your units to go and shoot their units. Since the pummels are tanking the turrets, tanking the units, tanking the command center. Loses power core, unfortunately, to the strike knights here. I've been shooting it for a very long time. I think if Thomas still had his power core, he could just pop out a couple of mounties and killed off the artillery. In the grand scheme of things, he's going to be just so far behind here, his opponent. You look at the difference in sort of scale of their economies. 14 workers to 68. It's just too long. He's been in a tight spot there. So I'm going to game number 2. And here on Mudflow, many bamboo trees in the middle. And Zan Consortium here for Oohoa. And looks like Thomas has picked Royal Naboo. I'm going to try and push these EOPs closer to the command center. Have some food to munch on while they scout the rest, but I don't think there's really much to find out there. Got a few more EOPs, some berries, and some shorefish maybe. Just depends on the sort of RNG, if they've been spawned in a reasonable spot. There are some predators lurking out there though. This area looks kind of fine though. But there's the Nixu hanging out here. And Thomas, on the other hand, the food processor down to consume some of these EOPs. And there's the berries to fall back on as well. Just get this guy to work. There's the rally point. It's like a bit of an idle command center going around for everyone here. 9 to 7. That's just that first couple round of workers supplied by the early EOP. It's quite a tough T1 for them here. No nerfs, no lure, just EOPs and berries, and then probably have to make a lot of farms, or maybe try and fish or something like that. A tricky one to farm on as well though, because this bit around here, this edge, is going to stop your farms being placed on top of it. So a bit of a hostile Mudflow. I feel like pretty much all the time we see Mudflow as well. It's usually nerfs and Mountie opener favoured, because tree clusters are often far away. Same thing with the carbon over here. Bases are very open and exposed, and the Mounties can just sort of get there quicker and take advantage of that much sooner than troopers can. And food processor going down here to consume those EOPs. Thomas, on the other hand, should be finished his. Trying to get some farms down. Doesn't have a carbon processor yet. This T1 looks a little bit janky here. I don't know why he's not queuing up workers at the moment though. Just setting himself behind. Setting himself really behind. 8 workers behind. Can't be playing like this. I need to make the workers. Need to build up to at least like 20 workers, 20 to 26 or 28 or something like that. Usually just depends on what food's available, but I say, well, what's the bare minimum workers that we get? Probably like 18 or something on those like super lure nerf maps, I think. You do need like a certain amount, and normally in those you've got your nerfs, and your nerfs sort of count as extra workers, right? So I don't really rate any gameplay that's cutting workers for so long to, get up to T2 that quickly. There's nothing that strong in T2 to do an equal amount of damage to your opponent. Oohoa doing a very good job building his troopers as he goes on the way to T2. Hits T2, researches trooper tech, and sends them on their way to Thomas, who has just been doing this food rationing. Still not clicked T2. I don't know what he's up to. It's like he's just completely forgotten about building workers or researching T2. I don't know, but this game's not going well for him. And Oohoa is probably just about to put him out of his misery here. I don't know if he's gotten really distracted or he's actually AFK right now. Oh, he doesn't queue it up now. But I mean, Oohoa is just going to be way ahead of him with that kind of crucial mistake for so long. There's at least some basic training to slow down the DPS here, but 5 troopers, very exposed workers, they're pretty much all going to go down here. And what can Thomas really do from this situation? He'd have to claim a new carbon probably and get some turrets up. I don't really think there's much you can do, he just doesn't have a lot of workers, which means few workers means fewer options. Fewer resources, fewer options. I'm just going to shoot the farms at the moment. Find some way to just do some damage right now while he's doing stuff at home. Just to get like a nice little wall here on the edge of the map. Keep these workers safe for a bit. Oh, don't know if they'll need it. Oohoa just making sure he doesn't get back onto this carbon processor. A couple of trooper recruits popping out here for Thomas, but there's 5 more troopers arriving from Oohoa. And Thomas gonna call there. I don't know what happened to him in that game, but that's just really not the play. And game 3 here, we are in Navarro. There we go, Navarro. Lava fleas and Koakian monkey lizards to consume, if you want that. Oohoa on Geonosians this time. Thomas, Pick and Trade Federation. Is there any nerfs? Oh my... They have the worst, man. The worst noises. Lava fleet getting lured here. 300 foot. Man, my peripheral vision thought that was a Ronto. That's how cooked I am from playing this game for too long. You're just scouting about and you see something grey on the edge of the screen, you're like, Ronto. Oh. A lot of workers tucking into this lava fleet at the moment. That's interesting. 2 non-nerf spawns, quite low I think. 2 in a row. lava flea gonna get lured. Gee, this would have been really good for a Mountie game if there were nerfs. As would trade fad. RNG saying no to that. Carbon getting started here. There's a decent amount of food. What, 2 lure? Is that 3 lure maybe? This one was right at the back of the carbon there. Oh, on the basic training though. Good luck. We make it. It's gone a long time with actually getting. These things must be kind of slow. He's fine. It's a little bit. Oh, he's running away though. He's been flagged back down. A little bit annoying to fight. A lot of these lures, these new lures, they've all got like different speeds and stuff, which is a little bit inconsistent. You know, when you're just trying to play the game, you find it. Like, I think there's a couple that, like, if you don't pay super attention to them, they just stop chasing you because they're like too slow. That's kind of annoying when you get the muscle memory that you know you shoot it twice, then you move away. Food processor coming down, so some farming likely intended. So I'm building it in this direction to the carb. Place all the farms in this sort of area where they're safer on the flat ground. The flat open area. The tan rays are here. Some long distance womp rat mining. 18 workers to 12. Yeah, Thomas is still not building workers again. It's not a viable way of playing this game. Maybe like 20 years ago you maybe got away with that when people are not like super efficient, but I think Oohoa has been doing a very good job of just nailing the basics in T1, so he's going to be pretty much invulnerable to any sort of gameplay like this where you're cutting workers to maybe tech quicker, but I mean, is he? He's still got to follow the building rule, and you don't have nerfs on this map. I don't think there'll be too much of a gap between their T2 times, but Oohoa is going to have like 10 more workers, so Thomas isn't even hitting the button right now. He's going to need some sort of food source because he's only got 12 food, which means he needs to. I mean, he was at the very least like eating some of these, like pushing them with a scout maybe, but he's going to have to build farms in a moment to then get the food to make any troopers to take advantage of his tech lead. He's just not going to have anything to show for it. Like if at the very least he was queued up like 3 troopers right now, and then was able to research trooper, like you could maybe find some damage, but you'd have to kill 15 workers with those 3 troopers to even the game out. That's just to even the game out, not even to be ahead. It's too big of an ask, right? Thomas is T2. Whether Oohoa is going to be a little bit rattled by that right now, I don't know. He hasn't really scouted him too much. He saw the troop center go down, but that's really about it. Got 4 troopers out for Oohoa. Always gets about 4 or 5, sends them out, hits the trooper research. Best way to do it. And maybe waddling across the map here. Now Thomas could pre-build some turrets here. Troopers are just going to go straight into the carbon line, no messing around. Oh, they went for the CC though. Needs to quickly adjust that. Thomas not noticing yet though. Trying to pull the workers back. Still no basic training in this game. It's very easy for them to gun down a couple of those workers. And Thomas now losing access to his carbon here. Desperate Nova processor and trooper recruit, but DPS of 4 troopers gonna kill everything there. I think like all the games, they've all kind of went like this for Thomas, and it's mainly his own doing in T1, just not. He's not giving himself the tools to play the game from this point by cutting the worker production. This would be too hard to defend for anyone, really. You just don't have many workers. And though you might push away the troopers, your opponent's got so many more workers than you, just, you know, they're naturally going to hit T3, T4, etc. just quicker than you will, so. And they could pretty much do any build they wanted, and probably kill you with it when they've got so many more workers. Troopers recruits do pop out, clean this trooper attack out of the base here. It's 11 workers to 40. What's happening on the lava spawn here? It's like the minimum quota fulfilled for lava right here. Oh dear. A tiny little bit there as well. Looks very like man designed artificial. The lava trough. And Oohoa on the way to T3 here. Almost getting a spaceport. He needs to finish his Nova processor. There we go. So we'll see what Oohoa chooses to end this game with. Hasn't built any buildings yet. Maybe it's going to be air bases. You could build a fortress. Spending ore on a gate though. Wouldn't mind seeing some geo warriors in the sky flying high as the workers prepare to die. There we go, a research center. That's exactly what I was anticipating. Offensive research center. I don't know, feels like Oohoa is just chilling out, not trying to end this series too quickly. He's just so ahead. Thomas sending his troopers across. Second motivator. Oh, a fortress. Maybe I will see those Jews fly high in the sky, making the workers die. Oh, the troopers jumping out here, killing off the trooper recruits. Fortress is built. Oh, there they are. Versus non-basic training workers too. This may be a rare sight. I don't know if do they die on the first like proc of the attack? He's garrisoning them. He's got 3. Let's go. I want to see how quick a worker dies with no basic training. 4. That's just excessive, man. That's... What's the ratio here? 5 workers to a geo. Right. Seems like they still die at the same rate. His health goes to about 8, so 32 worker damage. Just fall over, man. Straight fall backwards. There are way too much geos here for anti-air troopers to deal with. So yeah, Oohoa going to advance from that, I imagine. So we'll be taking that series 3 and 0. So we'll be giving these bonus games, but we won't be watching those, that's for sure. If you like the content, please consider liking the video, subscribing to the channel if you want to see more. Should try and pump out the rest of these games when I can. I think I've got 2 more Phase 2 games, and then it'll be the grand final. I'll try and get hold of the recordings for that. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye.